Hi guys, this is lesson 9 in the series on the 8th programming language about variables and namespaces. This lesson is updated for version 16.03 of 8th. In the first place, it's important to mention that global variables are undesired because you can make a lot of clutter with it and you cannot find out what's going on in a program. 8th has a special way to define kind of local variables. We will talk about that later. In a previous lesson we also already defined variables. When we don't specify explicitly a namespace, the namespace called user will be used for user-defined variables and 8th words. For example, the variable Chris is defined right straight away, and we see when we show the stack that its qualified name is user:Chris. You can also create your own namespace. Therefore, you use the word ns:, and then the name of your namespace. Now we see that Mike, the variable Mike, has been defined in a namespace called MySpace. It is very good to qualify words and variables by their namespace, like MySpace:Mike. That way there's no confusion whatsoever and no ambiguity. The reason is that there are words and variables having exactly the same name, but they are in different namespaces. For example, the plus word occurs in the N in the numeric namespace and also in the S in the string namespace. It's possible to create your own words and variables in 8th standard namespaces. For example, in the capital G namespace, the global namespace. It is possible. However, be aware that the developer of 8th may decide at someday to create a variable or a word in that namespace with exactly the same name as you have taken, and then you'll have a clash. So then with every new 8th version you first have to check for ambiguity and for duplicates. That's not so nice, so please don't do it. You can have your own namespace convention. I show one here. As you can see in the example, I've called my namespace @John, and John being the name of a person, dot, and then the real name of your namespace. That way you're always unique and there won't be any clash. So you could use this as a naming convention, or you could find out your another one, but try to be very unique. Okay, this concludes our lesson for today. More info about the 8th programming language is on their website 8th-dev.com. And there's also a blog corresponding with this lesson. You can find that on the 8thevangelist.blogspot.nl. Thank you for listening, and goodbye for now.